Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we discuss a shocking political development that has left many South Africans stunned. Carl Niehaus has been tipped to become South Africa's next ambassador to Washington, D.C. Yes, you heard that right. The controversial former ANC member, now aligned with the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, is reportedly in line for one of the most important diplomatic posts South Africa has to offer. This potential appointment is already sparking intense debate. How did Niehaus go from being a disgraced ANC spokesperson to potentially representing South Africa on the world stage? What does this mean for South Africa's international relations, its political landscape, and its relationship with the United States? Stay tuned as we break it all down, but before we continue, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest political updates. And let us know in the comments, do you think Carl Niehaus is fit to be an ambassador, or is this just another example of political maneuvering? A controversial figure in South African politics. Carl Niehaus has long been a divisive figure in South African politics. Once a trusted ANC member, he became known for his staunch loyalty to former President Jacob Zuma and his radical rhetoric. Over the years, Niehaus has reinvented himself as an ally of the EFF, joining forces with Julius Malema and other left-wing figures who openly oppose President Cyril Ramaphosa's leadership. His career has been marred by financial scandals, allegations of fraud, and his controversial statements on race and power. Despite this, Niehaus has remained a loud and persistent voice in South African politics, continuously pushing for what he calls radical economic transformation. And now, it seems, the South African government may be considering sending him to Washington, D.C. as an ambassador. Why would the government appoint Niehaus? According to Paola Oldsfer, a spokesperson for the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, DIRCO, Niehaus's past diplomatic experience is one of the reasons behind this potential appointment. He previously served as South Africa's ambassador to the Netherlands, and government officials believe his experience could be valuable. But there's more to this story. Some analysts believe that Niehaus's appointment is actually a strategic political move aimed at appeasing two key constituencies in South Africa, the radical left and Afrikaners. For the EFF and the radical left, Niehaus is a natural choice. His anti-Ramaphosa stance, pro-Zuma sentiments, and support for leftist policies align closely with EFF ideology. His appointment would likely be welcomed by Julius Malema and other radical figures who want more influence in government decisions. For Afrikaners, Niehaus represents a familiar face in politics, despite his controversial reputation. Some believe that appointing him as an ambassador would serve as a symbolic gesture to Afrikaners, showing that one of their own is being given an important role on the international stage. If true, this would be a bold political gamble, an attempt to balance South Africa's delicate political alliances by using Niehaus as a bridge between two historically opposing groups. A diplomatic disaster waiting to happen. Of course, many South Africans are skeptical, if not outright outraged, at the idea of Niehaus representing the country in Washington. Critics argue that his history of scandals, controversial statements, and questionable credibility make him entirely unfit for the role. More importantly, Niehaus would be representing South Africa in the United States at a critical time in global politics. Relations between South Africa and the US have been strained, particularly due to issues like trade, foreign policy differences, and South Africa's stance on international conflicts. The 2024 US elections have also heightened tensions. If Donald Trump returns to power, South Africa's foreign policy may have to adapt to a more unpredictable and transactional US administration. Can Niehaus, with his history of political blunders and radical rhetoric, navigate this complex diplomatic environment? What about his relationship with Trump? Oldsfer even joked that Niehaus and Trump might get along well because they are both buffoonish old men. While this comment was likely meant as humor, it raises a serious point. If Trump wins the 2024 election, South Africa will need an ambassador who can negotiate effectively with his administration. Would Niehaus be that person? Or would his appointment be seen as a joke on the international stage? What happens next? At this point, Niehaus's appointment has not been officially confirmed. However, if the rumors are true, the South African government will likely face intense scrutiny from both the local and international community. If appointed, Niehaus will have to prove that he can rise above his controversial past and effectively represent South Africa's interests in Washington. But given his history of political missteps, scandals, and radical statements, many doubt whether he is the right person for the job. One thing is certain, this story is far from over, and it could have major implications for South Africa's political future. Your thoughts? Do you think Carl Niehaus should be South Africa's next ambassador to Washington, D.C.? Is this a brilliant political move or a diplomatic disaster waiting to happen? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more in-depth political analysis. That's it for today, see you next time.